Hi, welcome back to Hawaii Turo. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did. If you're wondering what is Turo, Turo is an app and a website where you can rent out your personal cars to strangers. I know, it's crazy, but I made this channel that will help you do that. I go over my tips, my tricks, and my stats that help you maximize the amount of money you can make and understand the ever-changing rules and regulations in regard to Turo. So if you are a new Turo host and you want some help, you want some one-on-one questions, you want to bounce some questions off of me, I would say look in the description below and check out my Patreon or become a member. Right? The member will set you up on Facebook group. We can talk that way, or you know, on Patreon we can talk that way. We can do video chat through Skype and Zoom. That will help you 100%. But yeah, let's get into this video. So this video is going to be about, I know you've been waiting for it. I've been very busy with these cars, 17 cars, like 16 cars active. It's been really hard for me to find time to do this video, but I finally got time to do it. So I'm going to go over my July stats. So the first thing I want to ask you, how was your July, right? Did you have an average month? Did you have a really busy month? Did you have the best month ever, like a record month? Or this is maybe your third month and you're just getting better and better and better. Or it just went down, right? Or if it's too saturated and your stuff's down. Let me know in the comments below. Put like how many cars you have and how much money you made, so we can kind of get a gist of how much you're making per car. I guarantee people like that. So with this month, let's go a little background. In Hawaii, everyone's coming here. It's crazy here. Every time Waikiki, there's so many people walking down the strip. I mean, it's insane how many people are here. So it's expected everybody needs a car. So as you know, everybody's making record money. So every time I make these videos, I'm saying record. But I gotta say it again. I had another record month. I've never thought I did. I mean, I made about a little more than $42,000 gross. That's crazy, right? That's how much I made. Like, that's before everything. Obviously, I'm gonna get into the expenses on the second part, but that's crazy. And I just never thought I would do that. And who knows what next month's gonna be? Well, it's this month because we're already in August. Who knows what August is gonna be, September? Who knows? But I'm gonna go over those numbers regardless, good or bad or whatever, you're going to know. But let's go over each car, right? Because you kind of need to know, maybe you wanna get a car, there's different set of car you kind of wanna know. I break down each car, so you know. So the first car, my 2016 Ford Mustang, right? It was booked like 29 days. So before I get into that, almost all of these cars, they were booked at pretty much every single day, right? I believe that my occupancy rate was about probably 95, 96% if the car was available. So almost every day my cars went out. So that car went out for 29 days, right? And it did about a little more than $3,100. So that's still good. I think it dropped from last month, but doing $3,000 a Mustang, that's really good, right? I mean, it averaged about my cut, $109. That's my cut. $100 a Mustang, my cut is great. And also, right, the next Mustang was one of my 2015 Mustang. A little beat up, but it doesn't matter. People are gonna rent anyway. $2,800, so right under $3,000. It's good. It was booked 29 days. I averaged about $97 a day. The next Mustang, my cheapest Mustang, my yellow Mustang, was $100. It was booked 29 days. You see, everything's getting booked almost every day, and $2,800. That's like my cheapest Mustang, and it averaged like 96. Then my other white Mustang, my 2016 Mustang, it was booked for 27 days for $2,814. And another great month with that car, and I was at about 104. And then my best Mustang, my 2017 Mustang, I believe it's $120 now. That did $3,370. I know, that's crazy. I love it. That's great numbers, right? And then the other Mustang, the red Mustang, it was booked every single day. But that car had a long booking. It had a booking that someone booked back in May at a really, really cheap rate. So it only did about $2,500. It is what it is. But that's how that went down. And then let's get into the Camaros, like my best cars, my best convertibles. My 2018 Camaro, it was booked 27 days, and I made about $34.24. So like the $4,000 months are probably gone now, right? But it is what it is. $3,400 is still good. 34, great. right? And then you got, well, that was average about $126 a day. This is my cut, right? This is after Turo's takeout, so obviously it was more than that. But like my best car, the Batmobile, you know, it was booked 25 days for $34.76. So yeah, those numbers, they're probably gonna go down next month and then next month. They're not gonna be doing 4,000 anymore. Like those months are totally gone. But they average about 139, right? But that's okay, you know. My sedans are doing just about what they should do, almost 2,000, right? And speaking of sedans, let's look at the Sparks, you know, those little bitty cars, you know, that 2015 Chevy Spark, right? It was booked 30 days out of 31 days, and that did $23.83. I know, that Chevy Spark averaged $79 my cut. That's great, you know, that's great. And my red Spark, my 2014, that was booked 30 days, and that did almost $2,200, and that's great. Yeah, I mean, these are numbers that I bet you're thinking like these are numbers you wish you can get for these kind of cars. These are crazy numbers. This is like heaven numbers, right? And then like my cheapest car, my 2013 Ford Fiesta, that was booked 30 days, and it did about $21.48. So $21.48 is my oldest car. I mean, I would kill to have that 2 years ago. I know. And then, you know, you got the 2014 Chevy Sonic. It was booked 30 days, and it did about $24.65. So these numbers, I mean, it's crazy, right? I know it is. And then let's get into the Acura. My 2014 Acura MDX 7-seater, right? That 7-seater gets me a lot more bookings than being a 5-seater. But that car was booked 28 days, and I made about $37.91. So that was my highest grossing car because it is a 7-seater. Right? Plain and simple. That's why. Because my next car, my 2021 brand new Chevy Trax, it was booked 29 days and only did $2,500. I had to drop that car down to $100 from $140 because it was at the beginning of the month. That car was not getting booked at all. It was like 3 days booked starting of this month. So I had, well, starting from last month, July, I had to bring it down, and then I got it booked, but I made less money. But $2,500 for that car, that's great. There's no problem with that. And then let's get into the Sentra, right? That Sentra that, you know, that I traded in and got the new one. That car did, well, I only got it like mid-month. Every day I had it, it was booked out, and it made about almost $2,200. So that's good. So you look at all these numbers, right? Numbers, I was doing what? I've been doing over $2,000 on every car in my fleet that's available. And you wonder, how do I do that? You know, all the extras that I have, right? And let's get into the extras. This is how I'm able to command the amount of money. This helps out. You know, like I go over my extras. You gotta maximize everything. Which I'm gonna put right here in that video, maximize your extras. But you gotta maximize everything. You know, out of 222 trips, you know, 73 of them were delivery, you know, because I pushed deliveries on everybody. And 65 of them added extras, right? Some of them added multiple extras, and some of them added extra in delivery. But that's what it was, right? Then I had 11 airports. That I don't push, but airports. And then yes, the gas fill up was like 6 of them, but going through that, I made $1,500 off of deliveries alone. So if you can offer delivery, obviously, I'd recommend doing deliveries. Being on that scooter back there, you know, zipping around Waikiki, people see me, might think I'm crazy. I do 5 to 10 miles down that thing, but it's worth it, you know. And with extras, another $1,300. You know, the post-cleaning fee, the prepaid fuel, unlimited miles. Those 3, that was another $1,300, and that's definitely worth it. You know, you add all that up in the airport. You know, that was almost $1,000. You add all that up, and what is that? That's almost $4,000. So out of that $42,000, like 4,000 of that's from that, and that's a pretty big percentage, right? If I didn't push any of that, you probably wouldn't anything. And like I wonder, you know, how much money do you think? Maybe you added it up. Maybe you didn't. How much money did you add to your total, you know, off of deliveries and extras? Let me know in the comments below how much you made off of deliveries and extras, you know, because that's something, you know, like if you haven't started doing this, I would say start doing that. It will add revenue and you make more money. But yeah, that's all of that. So let's get into the juicy part, right? The juicy part is the expenses, right? We all wanted to know, you know, you make all this money, what are your expenses? Did I take home $42,000? No, not even close. No, I ain't gonna say not even close, but definitely not. So let's go over the expenses. I know, the expenses, like what no one wants to talk about. We all hate giving out money. But yeah, my total expenses, let's wait for it. the little drum roll going. It came out to be $11,536. That was about my total expenses. So that was like, you know, I pay about $5,700 in loans, right? $5,700 in loans. And then all of my receipts from everything I had to pay to fix my cars, to registrations, to oil changes, all of that came out to be about almost $4,500. And then I had to pay for parking, which, you know, my parking situation, which I'll put that video right here, you can watch that how I do it every day. I only paid about $88 in parking. I know, crazy, how can I do that? Watch that video, you'll definitely know how I do it. And then Ubers, you know, most of these Ubers are mostly from the airport doing all that. You know, that $120 fee that I have for them, and I get 90 of it, you know, that $20 each way, $30, that's what I do. Or if I'm dropping cars off for oil changes or for anything that I need to get an Uber, it's business related. So $400, that's a business expense, right? And then for tracking, you know, my OnStar was $157 and Bouncie was $67, right? And then the scooter, I had 2 scooters, I'm paying $171 a month. That's how that goes. And then, you know, going to AutoZone, buying supplies, that was like 80 bucks. And then insurance, right? Obviously insurance, you know, it's yours. If you have this many cars, it's gonna be more. But my insurance, I'm only paying about $300 something a month for the most part. And you add all that up, that comes out to be about $11,536. So you take the $42,000, minus it from the $11,536, and you get the number. Number. Do you know what it is? $31,000. That is my net from the business, right? Obviously, that's before taxes. Taxes is a whole nother thing. I'll put a tax video right here, but that's before taxes. But that's a good month, right? $31,000 after all the expenses. I really can't even ask for more, right? I cannot. I'm hoping to maintain these numbers throughout the rest of this year. Hopefully I can, or get close to it. You know, I've already said in my last video with the car, I'm going to be adding a brand new car every couple of months, right? My next car will be the Kia Rio, more than likely. The next month, maybe another Kia Rio, or maybe it'll be a Nissan Versa, or maybe it'll be a Chevy Spark. It's gonna be like that. That's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna get up to 20 cars, and maybe that will get me to maintain over $40,000 gross, which will give me about $30,000 net. But yeah, if you watch this for, you're getting good info out of this, helping out your business, I would say hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also if you didn't put in the comments, put it in the comments how much money you made and put how many cars you have, so we can know, you know, get the number of what you're making per car. But yeah, thank you for watching. I know this is a long video, I'm waiting for it. Wait for the next video, I will get it up. Talk to you soon.